Hi, welcome back. I have a little short, quick video that I want to share with you about my own personal experience. I have become very alarmed by how many parents, when I was teaching, that allowed their children to be on Ritalin and on these drugs that define them as having attention deficit. And a lot of parents did it for the money, sadly. And they didn't recognize that they were really taking away who their child really was. And I'm going to share this that happened to me personally. Well, my son was very hyperactive. That's what they would have termed him, as hyperactive. He had lots and lots of energy. He could run, and he just was nonstop all day. And when I took him for his checkup when he was 2 years old, I won't mention the doctor's name because he was one of the best um, Afro American pediatricians in the city. And and he was great. But when I brought my son in for his annual checkup when he was two, he was just running from one side of the office to the other. And the doctor said, "You look very tired. Why are you so tired?" And then he said, "You want to he said, "Does he like that all day?" And I said, "Yeah, that's who he is." And he asked me, "Do you want me to prescribe something?" And I asked him, "What would you prescribe to alter my child's natural character? What would you offer?" And he said, "Well, a lot of parents get Ritalin and they give that to their children and it slows them down." And I told him, I said, "No, because when God created my child and he selected me as his mother, he knew I could handle it. So, no, because I don't want to alter his unique characteristics. I don't want to change who God made him to be. So, I'll deal with it." And so he asked me, "Well, how do you cope?" I said, "What I find, if I give him something that he's interested in, if I give him a book or give him an activity, often our children that are diagnosed with ADHD, first of all, I don't like putting labels because when you say that's what your child is, that's what you begin to adapt to. That's how you defined him. You begin to look at that child that way when they're not. So don't say it. Don't declare it. And some of you might say, "Well, no, he was diagnosed." Is the doctor the final voice? And I'm not opposed to doctors, but I know how to advocate for myself and for my child. So I refused the medication and I found ways to cope with my son's hyperactivity. And what I found, his mind was just working fast and he wanted to absorb things. He could sit down and read a book. He could concentrate and do all types of things on the computer. He was very smart. And oftentimes, children that we misdiagnose with ADHD are quite intelligent, and we alter them by putting them on drugs. I had a friend, her son and mine were the same. Maybe her son was a year older. Her son was very artistic, very. She did just the opposite of what I did. She did what the doctor told her. She put her son on Ritalin, and it took away his ability to draw, his ability to be himself. It altered his personality, it altered his characteristics, it made him so dependent, and it just took all the life out of him. I'm not on here as a doctor, and I'm not on here as a psychologist, and I'm not on here telling you what to do for your child. But I am saying, question the labels and tags, that they put on your children. And don't be so quick to take and give your children drugs that you haven't researched, or to put them on something because it's convenient for you to cope with them. Find ways to cope with your children without allowing them to be altered mentally, emotionally, without them losing who God really created them to be. So I hope those of you that have allowed your children to be on these drugs and you've seen adversities, that you will seek to find ways that you could wean them off of them. And if you are a parent that was just told that your child was hyperactive and needs to be put on drugs, I hope and pray that you happen upon this channel and watch this video before you fell into that cycle of allowing your child to be defined and labeled. If you enjoyed this video, I would like for you to like it and share it and subscribe. Have a great day, and I look forward to our next conversation. Remember, we're here to do what? We are here to give words to uplift, not to pull down, to enlighten, to enlighten. Today, that hyperactive child is a very productive, successful entrepreneur. So don't take that from your child. You may have a genius on your hand and they're causing you to limit him and to destroy something so great within them. You know, they say children are a gift from God and they're a heritage. What is a heritage? When you think of a heritage, you think of something that is um, like it's think of something that you're given or that is um left to you, like an inheritance. And when I think of an inheritance, but when it says children are a heritage, let's look at that word heritage. I'm not going to just go on and say, okay, give you my thought and idea. Let's see what a heritage is, because it says in the Bible, children are a heritage. And that sounds like something you would value. A heritage says property that descends to an heir. So if children are God's property, that he descends to an heir, something transmitted by or acquired from a predecessor, a legacy. So when you think of it, children are God's heritage. That's God's precious property and values that he's passing on to us for us to handle with care, handle like precious stones. So don't take it lightly if you have a child to just frivolously make decisions about their future, because a lot of conditions that we face in mental health issues, a lot of them, I think we create ourselves by some of the things that we do or fail to do. So love your child, love yourself. And if you are in a situation that allows you to do anything other than love them, seek help. God bless you and have a great day.